I'm Dr. Maureen Craig, and I'm the nurse specialist and yoga teacher sharing class this evening. Thank you for joining me. This week, if you read the email that I shared, you know I was talking about a documentary that I watched on the American Symphony. And this lovely young woman who had graduated from Princeton unfortunately got the diagnosis of acute myelocytic leukemia. And that was a diagnosis I knew a lot about because my husband's uncle at 28 died from this diagnosis. And as I was listening to her story, I was surprised to hear that she had actually hit the point where she was considered in remission. Unfortunately, it did reoccur. And this was very devastating news for her, and the physician that was caring for her wanted to try and encourage her to do the best that she could and said, live each day as if it were your last. And I just loved what she said. She said she went home thinking about this, and she said, I found that too big a burden to bear. And I found refuge in living each day as if it was my first, with curiosity and appreciation. And I just can imagine myself in that situation and how valuable it is. We don't know how long we have on this planet. We don't know how long we have to appreciate life, but we can be present in this moment with curiosity and appreciation. So I encourage you to hold those two feeling words in your heart throughout your practice this evening. Let's begin with a breath practice. Take a moment first just to kind of notice your seat, get yourself comfortable in the back, perhaps supported, but you might be able to sit upright and just let the posture hold itself. Take a nice full breath in, and on the exhale, let the shoulders drop away from the ears, emptying out the breath, and then take another full breath in. No rushing. Letting yourself slowly breathe. I'm going to offer the 4, 7, 8 breath. So it's an inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 7, and a slow exhale for a count of 8. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let go of controlling the breath. Can you feel the relaxation pulsing through your body? With the next inhale, let the length of the spine rise up, and then drop the chin towards the chest and gently roll out the back of the neck. Roll the shoulders forward, up towards the ears and down the back. Couple shoulder rolls. And reach your arms out in a nice T and throw the thumbs back with a good squeeze between the shoulder blades. Just feeling the heart lift a bit. Bringing the arms into cactus. Take one on the inside of the knee and then sweep the other open. And this is really opening across the chest. So really feel that arm stretch back, opening across the chest. Cactus. Other side. Take that twisted tree trunk. Opening, stretching, and return to cactus. Take both hands off on a twist to the right. Inhale, cactus. Exhale, twist left. Cactus. And exhale, twisting to the right again. This time, raise the back arm up. And then as you stretch and fold, feel the ribs on the back of the right body. Fill. Coming back to cactus. Exhale into a twist. Inhale the back arm. Exhale, fold. And feel those ribs. And release back up to seated. Let's take a little seated sun salutation. Arms in cactus. Coming forward with a strong back. Inhale back. Exhale, fold, chest to thighs. Bring the arms between the legs. Leave the left arm down. Raise the right arm up. Take the twist. And switching. Coming back down, let the head hang and nod. Hands on the shins, flatten out the back. Exhale, fold, hands on the knees, lift up. Return to cactus. And reach across and switch. Reach as you revolve and switch. Lengthen that arm. One more time each side. Coming back to center, let's take a moment to stretch the forearms. So just place the hands at the base of the fingers and push the forearm forward, getting a good stretch in that forearm. And then the other side. Feeling the stretch and then backing away from anything that's painful. Take some wrist rolls and then switch direction. Great. All right, now let's take one leg or knee over the top of the other and use that to turn the body in that direction. You can place your hand on the inside of that leg and then revolve in a nice full twist, gazing over the shoulder. Exhale here. Gently unwind the body and we'll take that twist on the other side. Cross the legs. Bring the hand to the inside of the thigh. Lengthen the spine and revolve. And release. Okay, now we're going to come to standing. So sitting forward enough on your mat, on your chair, so that your heels are right underneath your knees. You got good support here, maybe even just a little bit back. We're going to do sit to stand 5 times. So feel that weight. You can bring your hands to across your chest. You can bring them up in cactus, out in front of you, whatever works for you, okay? Squeeze the glutes, lift it up, and then sit back down. And lift, squeeze, and down. Lift, squeeze, and down. 2 more. Breathe it up and down. Bring it up and down. And come to standing. All right, very good. Now let's come to the back of our, the seat of our chair. We're going to do a little warm up to the spine here. So I like to do cat-cow to get the spine lubricated. So place your hands on the chair and then step out so that your back is flat. Your hips are right over your heels, and you can bring your hands around the edge of the chair if that works for you. Now feel your spine, tailbone to crown, and then exhale, arch it up like an angry cat. Inhale, drop the tummy, gaze comes forward for Vidyalasana. Exhale, angry cat. Little softening in the knees with Vidyalasana. Exhale, push it up. Back and forth. Getting that spine lubricated. And then one more, and meet me in table. Plant your hands right there underneath your gaze. And we're going to take balanced table. So push your right heel out, and you can keep both hands on the mat or on the chair, or you can take the opposite hand as the foot out. Feel the length between the fingertip and the heel. Option to sweep them off center. Lengthen. Breathe them away and lengthen. Breathe it out and lengthen. Bring the hand down, the ball of the foot down, and now pay a little attention to that sole of the foot. Want to rock through it so that you kind of get some little bit of movement in all of the toes and that whole foot. Okay, bring that foot back into place, and we'll take it on the other side. Push the left heel back, right thumb to the sky, lengthen out, sweep off center, inhale long, and you can do just the leg, you don't have to do both. Reach it out. One more time. This is super valuable for back strength. Lengthen. Bring the hand down, the ball of the foot down, and stretch it out. Rolling through that foot. Our feet are wrapped up in a shoe all day, so it's really good for the strength of the foot to curl the toes and stretch out that whole sole. Bring that foot back. Now kick that right heel back out, bend the knee, and then kind of stack the hips. Opening that hip just a little bit, keep the ankle flexed. Call this fire hydrant sometimes. It's very good for the hips. And let's do it on the other side. Bend the knee and stack the hips. And release. And we're going to switch our chair around to the back side of the chair. We'll walk away for a wall or chair dog. So your hands are resting on the back of the chair. Your ears land between your biceps. And let your tailbone reach way back. For a counter pose, lift the heart, like you might think of Sphinx or Cobra. And then exhale, push it back to that chair dog. Inhale, lift. Exhale, push it back. When you're lifting, keep the pressure on the back of the chair. Just draw the heart, the thoracic heart forward. And then lengthen out. One more time, lifting. And exhale into chair dog. Step that left foot forward in a lunge. Going to take a good stretch to the legs here. Lower the hips. Keep your hands on that chair. 2 lanes of traffic. Let your hips lower. Opening the hip flexor on the right. When we put a little weight off on the chair, it can be like magic for our flexibility. Draw the toes back. Lengthen the front leg. Let the heart come down towards the knee. And back to the lunge. And then stepping forward with the other side. Keep your hands on the chair when you're moving your feet so that you stay nice and steady. You may notice that your hips do not lower as much on one side as they do on the other. I know that happens for me. We'll just explore it with curiosity and appreciation for how much movement you do have. Always backing away from pain, though. Of course, we just surf that edge. Draw that right hip back. Float the heart down. Keep the back engaged. That helps intensify the stretch on the back of that right leg. Taking it back and forth, however works for your legs. Always practicing with kindness. And then sliding that foot back and bringing the left foot forward. It's important to, as we move in and out of postures, to use the support of the chair to keep ourselves safe. All right, we have some fun moves here this evening. We're going to start with a little balance first. So holding your hand on the chair, bring all the weight to one leg. And we're going to draw a little rainbow here in front of us. Feel that lifting, lowering, and sweeping. And if it works for you, you do it without the aid of your hand on the chair. Then take it behind you. This is the one that gets a little more tricky. Drawing the rainbow behind you. And bring that foot back. Take a cleansing breath. Move to the other side. Weight on the foot, and then the rainbow in front. Keep the hand on the chair, or if it's comfortable for you without it, then put it on your hips or whatever works for you. Just practicing our balance. Move the foot to the back, and again doing that little rainbow behind you. And then bringing that foot back home. Cleansing breath. All right, now we'll move into our C series. So bringing your foot in front of the chair, the outside foot in front of the chair, and stepping back for, you might think of this as a runner's lunge. Both hands around the chair, seat. Again, letting those hips stretch just a little bit. Then keep your outside hand on the chair. Reach this with the leg that is forward. That same hand will reach forward. Keep the shoulders up. Just reach forward with the hand. Then sweep it up to the sky. And then reach behind you. Bring it forward. We'll do that one more time. Now, if you want a little deeper, you can bring yourself down onto your elbow. Reach it forward. Up to the sky and behind you. Then once you come here, press the feet apart and rise. Crescent lunge, one or two hands. Keep the hand on the chair if you wish. And then cactus arms. Bring the hands back to the chair. Step forward. And we'll take that on the other side. The foot goes in front of the chair. Your hips are facing that seat. Both hands are on the seat. Leaving your outside hand down, and the inside hand goes forward. Reaches up to the sky. Keep the spine long, reaches back, and then sweeps past. Option to bring the elbow down. Reach it forward. Turn the heart towards the knee, lift the hand to the sky. Reach behind you. As you come forward, option to lift up to crescent lunge, cactus arms. Hands on the chair, step your feet together and rise. Okay, now we're going to move the chair a little bit forward, and we'll take our flow, our B series, from behind. Spread the feet a full leg length or full stride apart. And then turn towards the top of your mat. Lift both legs, 2 lanes of traffic. Knee is over the ankle. You're coming into your crescent lunge, and this hand can be on the chair for support. Drop the back heel so that the toes point out. This is going to bring us to our warrior 2 pose. So that front heel is going to be intersecting the back arch. And then the arms can reach out. Now you may keep one hand on the chair, okay? Here's our warrior 2. Let's take 3 breaths here, letting the hips sink, but keeping that front knee right over the ankle. Breathing. shoulders away from the ears. One more breath. Then take that front hand and raise it up as the back hand reaches down. Peaceful warrior. Keep that knee over the ankle, even as your gaze is raised. Breathing for 3. Engage the pelvic floor for 2. Draw the navel in with your exhale for 3. Return to warrior 2. One breath here. Bring the elbow to the knee, a softness. And again, hand can rely on the chair, or you can reach the arm up and over the ear. Extended side angle. Keeping the feet pressing apart for 3. Knee over the ankle for 2. Big breath, engage the pelvic floor for 3. Exhale. Return to warrior 2. Use the core to lift the body. Sweep the arms out. One breath here. Hands on the chair. Lift the hips and turn the legs. Both legs are a full stride apart. Let the heels be out further than the toes. Slowly fold yourself towards the mat. Use the chair to bring yourself down. Keep a soft little bit bend in the knees. Bring your hands to the outside of the legs if that's comfortable for you, and draw yourself towards the earth, lengthening the back of the legs. Plant your hands on the chair and slowly walk yourself back up to standing. Once in standing, squeeze your glutes a little bit. Let the front of the hips come forward. Interlace the hands behind. Lift the heart and stretch the heart up. Release the hands, and we're going to take these moves on the other side. Turn the toes towards the other end of your mat. Lift the back heel. You're in a crescent lunge here. Option to raise the arms up or just one arm up. Drop the back heel as the toes point out. You want that front heel to be intersecting the arch of the back foot. Let that knee stay right over that ankle. The arms can stretch out in both directions to infinity. Hips are sideways facing. 3 breaths. Hips sinking for 2. Arms stretching for 1. Rotate the front palm up and sweep back to peaceful warrior. 3 breaths here. Draw the back kneecap up for 1. Reach with that top arm. Engage the pelvic floor. Last breath. Coming back for 2. 1 breath here in warrior 2. Engage the core as you bring the elbow to the knee. Sweep the other arm up. Keep your hand on the chair as much as you need. Breathing for 3. Fill the ribs for 2. 1 more breath. Engage the core and slowly sweep yourself back. Warrior 2 in control. Soften the shoulders. Hands on the chair, lift the hips, turn the toes to the long edge of the mat. We're going to take another straddle. Make sure your chair is forward enough that you can lean your hips back and let yourself come into that forward fold. If your hands make it all the way to the mat, great. If not, not to worry. Use your hands on the chair. Turn your heart towards one knee. Keep a little softness in that knee. Feel the stretch on the back of the leg. Breathing. And slowly releasing and walking your hands over or across the chair towards the other leg. Keeping the hand on the chair or on your legs or using a block. And stretching towards that other foot. Bringing it back to center, walk your hands up the chair. Heel toe together to a 3/4 stride. Lower the hips, widen out the knees, come to your goddess squat. Reach across, reach across, reach across. And again, one more time each side. Lower the hips and lift. Sunshine hands. Lower down and reach up. Bring the elbows in. This is our sunflower and it grows. Bring the elbows into the waist and grow your sunflower. 2 more times. And again. Hands on the chair and release. And just shake out those legs a little bit. The next move I wanted to share with you was getting up off the floor. So it happens that as we get older, sometimes we might need to go to the floor for a reason, and it may be challenging to get off the floor. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to get up if you're on the floor having to do some cleaning or whatever it might be. So let's come into a position where you're on all fours. And then I would suggest that you would crawl on your hands and knees over to a chair where you're going to have a little support to get yourself up. I'm going to show you a little trick that's good with a block. I have some friends that have experienced a joint replacement and ended up with one leg being shorter than the other. So if that happens for you, I would suggest that you place the shorter leg on the block. Tuck the back toes so that leg gets a little bit of a further lift. Then sweep the other foot forward. You see how I'm doing that? So that one knee comes up on the block. That gives more room for that other leg to swing forward, and it helps with your mobility. Make sure to keep the back toes tucked. Sweep that forward. Now both feet, 2 lanes of traffic, are on the floor. Press the feet apart, support yourself on the chair, lift to standing, and step together. Let's try that one more time. Bringing ourselves back down onto the mat, and we'll do it with the other side, okay? Because we always like to balance things out. So think of yourself on the floor. Maybe you've done a little bit of cleaning, or who knows why you got down on the floor, but you're down there. Have a block and the chair come close together, and then bring one knee up onto the block. You can see that helps if you don't have a lot of flexibility in your ankle, but tuck that way you can still get a little grip with your toes. They're tucked, and make sure you have good traction on the feet as well. So you might prefer to have tennis shoes or bare feet. Once your foot is there on the back, tucked, now bear some weight on that side, press on the chair, and allow this foot to come forward. You want that knee right over the ankle. Push the 2 feet apart, hand on the chair, and lift yourself to standing. Make sure not to trip on the block as you stand up. All right, I hope that was a little bit interesting as you think about how you might use devices to help you get up and down from the floor. Now we'll go ahead and come into our seat here. And we wanted to actually do just a couple chair poses because these are so good for our hips. So let's practice that, and actually I'll move the chair out of the way for a moment while we do that. So find your feet a little more than hip distance apart. Soften the knees and the hips like as if you're sitting in a chair. And then lift your arms to whatever degree is comfortable for you. Not everybody's shoulders lets them bring the arms all the way up. So maybe keep your arms in your periphery. Feel the heels weighted and pushing apart. Breathing here. Let the arms come back in what we call airplane arms. Weight still in the full foot. Neck long. Sweep it back into your chair. Those thighs might be burning. Breathing. One more time in airplane. Back to your chair. 2 breaths. And this time you're going to fold. So let yourself slowly fold. Once you're folded, bring your elbows into your hands and just let yourself soften one knee and then the other in ragdoll. The body might sway just a bit. And you can release the hands if they touch the floor or to your shins and lengthen out your spine. Feel the inner thighs spin towards the back of the room. The shoulder blades slide down the back, nice and strong and with intention. Exhale and fold. Inhale, sweep those hands behind you, rising up. And release. All right. That gave us a good workout in the hips. All right, now let's bring our chair back into the picture. And we'll come with a seat on our chair. And I'm going to actually have my chair hooked on the back of the mat. There we go. Gives me a little more room for my feet on the front. All right, this time now we're going to engage in some core work. So come to the front of your chair so that your hamstrings are not on the chair, just the glutes. All right, feel that tallness in the spine, feet right underneath the knees. Now we're going to engage the core a little bit. You can reach your arms forward as you lean back. Do you feel the core engaging? Breathe with that. Inhale back. And exhale as you come up. Bringing your hands forward can make this move a little more doable because it counterbalances it. But maybe you're ready for a challenge here. So as you're seesawing, why don't we lift one arm up? You can also lift it out to the side, if that's more comfortable for your shoulder, or cactus. Inhale back, exhale forward. Switch sides. Arm out, or in cactus. And you know where we're going. We're going to do it with both arms. So both arms up. And you can just hold here or hold them in cactus. Breathing with that lifted heart. 3 more breaths. 2. 1 more. Shaking is appreciated. And reach it forward again. Cleansing breath. Now this time we're going to do some twists. Okay, so bring yourself back, arms forward, and then draw one elbow back. So you're getting a little bit of obliques engaged here. Both hands forward, lean forward. Exhale back and draw the elbow back. Feel the twist as the heart goes to the side. Bring it forward. Lean it back. Draw the elbow back. Come forward. Lean it back. Elbow back. Turn the heart. Lean it forward. This time we'll do it just a little different. Lean it back. And this time open the arm. Turn the heart. And coming forward. Lean it back. Open the arm, turn the heart. And lean it forward. One more time each side, lean back. Open the arm and the heart. Bring it forward. The last one, lean it back and open and come forward. Very good. Shoulder rolls. That's quite intense on the shoulders and the core, right? All right, let's churn the mill a little bit. So actually, before we churn the mill, let's widen out our feet. Like we have a big tub of, what shall we have? I saw some zucchini cheddar soup this last week. That looked tasty. So let's pretend we're stirring our big pot of soup. So engage the core and lean forward. Exhale. Inhale as you draw it back, strong back. And again. Stirring the soup. And then once you've done about 3 times, switch direction. Breathe with that. And come back to seated. Heel toe together and bring your heels right underneath your knees. We're going to do just a little marching, so lift one foot and then the other. Just marching, and you can kind of make your hands active at the same time between fists and sunshine fingers. And marching, feeling that core engaging. If that core doesn't feel like it's engaging, just lean back just a little bit more. That'll help that feeling. Let's bring our hands into cactus and squeeze into a fist and open into sunshine. Marching, breathing. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good. Okay, now we're going to come back just a little bit on our seat. Bring just one foot up, reach it forward, reach to the heel, reach to the toes. Circles with the ankle. Bring the knee in, kick it out. Knee in, toe out. Knee in, toe out. One more time, knee in, toe out. Bring that foot down. The other side. Lift the shin and the knee a little bit. Stretch it forward, circles with the ankle. Change direction. Press to the heel, the toe. Draw the knee in, toe out. Knee in, toe out. Knee in, toe out. One more time. There we go. And bring that heel down. All right. Bring your hands to your knees here, and let's take a little cat-cow motion. Warming up the spine a little bit. Then extend one leg out in front of you. And again, now you want just the glutes on the chair so that the hamstring is not pinched when you're extending the leg. This knee is bent. Lengthen the spine and slowly fold yourself over that extended leg. Drawing the toes back. And then walk your hands up that leg and bring that ankle up across the knee or just across the ankle if that works better for you. Bring your hand to the heel, keep the ankle flexed. Lengthen your spine. Draw that knee down and out just a bit. This figure 4 pose. Stretches in the outer hip, also called pigeon sometimes. One more breath here. And then gently releasing and switching to the other side. Let the heel go long. Draw the toes back, lengthen out the spine, and slowly fold forward towards that leg. Make sure to keep enough weight on the chair so that chair stays stable. When we're in chair yoga, it's important to have a chair that is not going to roll away, so we never use a chair with rollers on it. Walk your hands back up that leg, and then bring that leg forward towards yourself. Cross the ankle on the knee or on the ankle. Can be just the ankles crossed as well. And bring your hand to the outside of the heel if that's available to you. Lengthen the spine. Take a bit of a rotation and breathe with that. Remembering as you're holding a stretch, just bring your thoughts back to those words of curiosity. What does it feel like to be curious? And appreciation. Slowly unwinding that leg off of the knee. Scoot your hips back just a bit. Hands on the knees, a little more cat-cow here. Pushing the spine back, lifting the heart. Big breath in, exhale back. Let those breaths be slow and full. Letting the spine be long, walk the hands over to the edge of your knee and hip and take a little revolution. Exhale here. With the next breath, take the gaze over the other shoulder. Release the hands from their position and walk your hands to the other leg. Bringing one hand to the knee, one hand to the hip with the back of the chair. Feel the spine get long and slowly turn towards that side. And exhale as you bring the body into the twist. Inhale and gently move the gaze over the other shoulder. And release. Feel the body unwinding. And we'll move into our Shavasana posture at this point. So you feel free to take any posture that works for you. I like to do waterfall. You're welcome to take and lie down on your bed or perhaps your couch. Or perhaps you'd rather stay seated in your chair. In waterfall, I'm bringing myself down onto the mat, but my shins, my calves, are on top of the chair. And this is a restorative posture. Once you get yourself into a comfortable position, take a moment to press the head into the surface that's supporting it so you can tuck your shoulders under just a bit. If you're seated, just feel the tallness in your spine and let your shoulders roll back. Lift the heart a bit. And then bring yourself to your breath. Let the breath be full, taking nice big inhales and long, slow exhales. No rush. Breathing in for approximately a count of 4. And then holding maybe for a count of 7. And slowly letting go for a count of 8. Taking one more cycle and then letting go of the counting. Let the exhales be complete. Maybe a little pause at the bottom of the exhale. Feel the body and its heaviness as it responds to gravity. Let the face be soft, the mouth soft, the tongue thick, the shoulders drifting away from the ears. Sensing the breath over the heart and remembering your two words, curious, appreciation. Feeling the breath as it gently ventilates the body. The breath become a little fuller again. Maybe beginning to find a little movement in the body, or continuing to enjoy stillness if that's better for you. No time to rush. This is for you. You can lengthen the arms or the legs. Find a little movement in the wrists, the ankles, the toes, the fingers. Take a bit of a stretch if that's right for you. Bring your knees in towards your chest if that feels good. And when you're ready, bring yourself to a seated posture to close our practice time together. Bring the palms together. May you find the beauty of curiosity and appreciation in your life. May you know peace. Om Shanti. Namaste. Thank you, friends, for sharing practice with me again. It's so lovely to practice together. I hope you have a beautiful week. And if you're catching this on video, then please do join us in live classes in the future. Okay, I'm going to step away from the mat and meet you in the chat rooms here. If you'd like to chat, I'm always happy to hear from you. You'll see me here changing the camera and getting the camera on that is from this computer, and then I have to put on my glasses so that I can see people. Then I'm going to open the breakout rooms. There we go.
Everybody, let's sit one.
Hi, Janice. I'm good. How are you? Look at how long your hair has gotten.